Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. Last time we did go ahead and take care of the Hydra. We also took care of the 3 one-shot cat creatures. We are now in Darkroot Garden, and we are going to go ahead and pick up a new set of armor. It is going to be an amazingly awesome time. Thank you for joining us. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to run way over here. And by way over here, I mean like a couple steps. I'm really over-exaggerating the distance because I feel like being a little bit more awesome on that 7 League boot status over here. Alright, so if we head this general direction, over here. Alright, yes, sometimes I get a little lost in the forest because, yeah, there's tons of trees everywhere, and hey, they all kind of look the same. I get lost around trees. Trees are my bane. Alright, so anyhow, we come over here, and there's this little castle thing. Bam! Right in front of us. Face status, right in front of our face, castle, awesomeness. Alright, let's do this. So if we come around the backside of this little stairwell here, bam, treasure chest. I can't believe nobody's put any markers down, any kind of warnings there. But we do get the stone set of armor. That is not the armor we're necessarily going for, but hey, you know what? It's a set of armor and we're kind of collecting things. This is probably saying it right here. Be wary of chest. Yeah, you're not very graphic as to exactly where it is. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to try to outshine this guy. Put down a message. We're going to write a message here. Blank ahead. Alright, we're going to do objects. Chest ahead. Alright. Yes, that's what we want to put down here. Now, hopefully, we can capitalize on the humanity from that there message. Alright, so, boom. Now, be careful if you are coming into the forest and you're human. It is a huge invasion area, a huge PvP area, especially if you're not in the Cat Covenant now. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that come through the forest here are griefers. And the griefers, unfortunately, are just going to be pieces of shit. And mod their game, or, you know, try to get you to come in on them when you're invading. Come in on them and while they're in pairs, try to take you on 2-3 people at once. So, you know, it's not always the best place for PvP. It used to be the place to come, but now it is not. Let's talk to this cat creature instead of killing this one.
Is it not so that thou art new? Thou fared well to find me. But cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorius? My advice true. Forget this. The legend of Artorius art none but a fabrication. Traversing the dark. 'Tis but a fairy tale. Have thine own respect. Go not yonder knocking for nothing, I say. Well, indeed. Thou art a strange one. Nevertheless, I feel some liking for thee. I'm Alvina of the Darkroot Wood. I command a clan of hunters who track down defilers of the forest graves. What dost thou say? Wilt thou not join us? Oh, yes, I believe we would suit thee well. I am very glad. And now thou art one of us. Let us establish a covenant.
Alright, this is the Forest Hunter Covenant, and she might have something else to say here real quick, so if she does...
And here taketh this ring. If thou wearest that ring, it allows for thine summoning. If mine senses reveal intruders, then I will summon thee. Fend them off, sir. I beseech only this. I shall summon others who will, by their honor, work tirelessly with thee. Thou shalt receive great reward, and whatsoever ye shall pillage will be thine own. A true agreement, not so? But thou must heed the golden rule. The clan is thine own farm. To thine kinsmen forever stay true. Darest not in any attempt to double-cross. Have no doubt, such wretchedness never will we tolerate.
Alright guys, so basically, even though we haven't necessarily gotten to the point of the game where we start learning about Artorius and the things that he does for us, though we have not started learning about that and about what he did, why he's really a famous character here in Lordran, even though we haven't started all that, we do get that dialogue from her because it's her said dialogue, and we're here just a little soon in the game. Now, there are quite a few people in the game who talk a lot about Artorius and what he did. And Alvina the cat here, seems to think that she either seems to legitimately think that it's all fabrication. Basically, it's a myth, a legend created by people for people, blah blah blah, all that good nonsense. Simply because she, just doesn't believe anybody can be that great or whatnot. Now, the other popular theory seems to be that Alvina the cat is, as she is the guardian of the woods here. And by the woods, I definitely mean everything here and the graves that are in the woods. Now, these are all NPCs that are in the Covenant. Now, these people will all attack you if you come through the door without being a part of the Covenant. They will attack you. So, another popular theory seems to be this here. That because she guards the graves and everything, Sir Artorias' grave, that big door down there where I told you we will fight Sif, the great gray wolf Sif. Now, where we fight him, that is actually Artorias' grave. Artorias guards that, or Sif guards Artorias' grave. Sif was the wolf that belonged to Artorias. I believe he was his pet now. It's either that Alvina holds great respect for either Artorias personally or for her job as the Forest Guardian. Now, because she holds that respect and she takes her job seriously, what that means is that basically, in my own opinion, I think she tells you that it's a fabrication, not because she truly believes it, but because it's just another way of doing her job to make sure nobody comes in and attempts to mess with the delicate balance that is the forest and the graves here. Now, because of all this, the way that the Cat Covenant works, hidden path ahead, I highly doubt that. I'm not jumping down. That's stupid. Liar, there it is. Boom. Somebody probably jumped and died. Now, the way that it's kind of set up there is this here. This is the actual door where you need the seal for 25,000. If you walk through here, they'll attack you. Now, the way the Cat Covenant works, as I've said I was going to tell you, if you come in here and you are not part of the Covenant, all the NPCs will attack you here. Now, on top of that, any person who is actually in the Cat Covenant guild, or the Cat Covenant rather, if you are a part of the Covenant and you are wearing the ring, you will be summoned from your world as an invader to the world of the person that comes in without being in the Covenant. Now, I'm not certain if they have to be human. They might, because that's always a rule for an invasion is you have to be human to invade, I believe. But I think being in the Cat Covenant negates that. I'm not 100% certain. I'll have to do some research and get back to you on that. But anyhow, if you come in here and you're not part of the Covenant, yeah, be prepared to have an invader in your game. Now, I believe it pulls you in as a blue phantom rather than a red phantom, because red phantoms are bad invaders. They are the people that are coming and going above and beyond, rather, to do their worst to you. Now, hopefully, there he goes. Alright, I was really hoping he'd pop up for us. I want to take these guys on as one at a time as I can, so here he goes. Now, a blue invader is rather like a karmic invader. Rather, if you've been bad, and generally it's reserved for the Dark Moon Blades Covenant, the people who take the book of the damned, rather, and they invade the people who have indictments, whatever. And they, good lord, that's damaging. They come into their games, and basically, if you've been a bad boy or a bad girl, rather, you will be invaded by them, and they will try to seek retribution. Oh god, there's a couple of them right now. Bring them back this way, and hopefully some NPCs will help me out, because I am running low on my health juice. So hopefully, I can bring them back this way and get some help with them. Okay, here's a guy that might help us. Doubt it, but hey, maybe. I really don't want to die here. That would be not preferable. It doesn't look like he's gonna help. He's just gonna be a little douche and stand around doing not a whole lot of anything. Alright, so we will do this one at a time. God, and of course, just 2 of these at a time is just ridiculous in my opinion. I don't appreciate this at all. Alrighty, so looks like they might be going back to where they came from. And I like how, they're like, oh, the clan is family, blah, 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 but they won't help you. They expect help from me, you better help me out. That's how homies are. We protect our territory, we protect our block as homies. together, you know? Gosh, this is just really drawn out compared to how I would like it to be. I was really hoping he would get stuck on the other... Yeah, that's why I don't like fighting too. They have really long arms. They're just stupid. Do a lot of damage. Don't appreciate it. And you want to watch out for that grab attack because I think we've seen it once. It does a lot of damage. I don't appreciate it. Maybe that was on my test character. I'm sorry. It's starting to blend together, my Dark Souls play. I've played quite a few hours of this since I've installed it on Steam, and I've played countless more on PlayStation. So it really all starts to blend together after you've played for a while. But really, I'm sorry for the slow play here. But really what it is ultimately is that... Ah, gosh, just there's a lot of things going on right now in my head, and I'm trying to sort them all out and get the items that we're wanting to get and sort it, and really just come across the things we want to come across, do what we want to do. And I'm repeating myself, and I understand that. I apologize. You know, I might just do a quick run through here, treat these souls as lost, and go ahead and just get that set of armor over there. As you can see, that little shiny thing over there at the edge of the cliff is what we're actually going for. Now, I believe those were the... No, we might have to fight that guy. I don't know. I haven't upset him yet, so I don't think... Well, we're going to wake that tree up. Now, oh, God. There's so many of them. Oh, man. This is horrible. This is quite possibly the worst thing ever. And here he comes. So we got... God, is that 4 of those over there? God. Alright. Hopefully we can draw him back this way. He's still following us. Alright, this might be a fairly long episode just to get that armor. You know, I'm really going to be upset if it doesn't pay off the way I want it to. So if you time your attacks right, you should be able to stun lock these enemies. Which isn't too bad, but at the same time, if you don't have a decent stamina bar, you don't have decent stamina regeneration, you're kind of SOL, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up SOL on Google, it's probably there. Now, I can't honestly tell if that is more of these things, or, I mean, it certainly looks like more. You know, I'll probably just make a mad dash for it. Yeah, it definitely looks like more. Alright, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna dash for it. We're gonna get this armor and really call it a day here. Better not read that. Alright, there we go. Boom. Run. Run. Run, Force, run. So I ran. And I didn't stop. I just kept running. Oh man, this is gonna be great. If I bust out my braces here soon, this is gonna be wonderful. Alright, anyhow, God, Forrest Gump reference. Whew, I'm not proud of that. Alright, get ourselves back over here. Run, 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 run. Everything's starting to blend together. Like I said, I get lost in the forest fairly easily. Oh, here's this guy. Okay, so if we head this way, we'll be exactly where we want to be. Cool beans. Alright, so we got the Eastern armor, which is what Shiva the East over here is wearing, and it has really good defense ratings for slashing damage. Now, I do believe on top of fire damage, Quelaag actually does slashing. That's why I went primarily for this armor, not this honor. Good lord, it is an honor to have this armor, but we went for this armor simply for the slashing resistance. As you can see, everything goes up quite a bit, except for the magic defense, which actually goes down, but we're not really too worried about the magic right now. So let's equip this and see where it leaves us. Again, everything goes up, except for, of course, poison resist, but hey, we're gonna get poison down there anyway, so I don't really think that matters. Let's continue to see exactly... Oh, see, the Eastern Gauntlets are just a little bit worse, but the durability and the poise go up, and the poise is going to actually really help us out with getting hit and taking the damage better than we would otherwise. Eastern Leggings, everything goes up except for the fire defense. It goes down a little bit, but the strike and all the physical defense go up, and I really need that poise. I need that defense because when Quelaag does her roar, it really throws us off balance. And because it throws us off balance pretty badly... okay, we're down to a, not really a flop yet, but we're at a medium roll. And we're walking a little heavier than we should, in my opinion. So hopefully...
I've heard all about you. I'm Shiva of the East, captain of the brigade. Let's teach you the clan basics now, as there's no time to chat in the midst of fighting. Except There is little in the form of rules, you hear. Fight and hunt as you like. Whoever's fastest gets to prey. That's the way we do it. Only, don't forget what Arvina said. Traitors aren't given a second chance, for any reason. That's about it then. Don't worry. It's a good old time, isn't it? Great to have you with us. Good hunting to you.
Alright, so basically, the clan rules here are basically anything goes as long as you don't attack any of the NPCs here. As Shiva the East says, it's a as Alvina says, rather, it's a family, and as Shiva the East says, you better do what she says because second chances aren't given. And they do mean that. A lot of these NPCs will actually respawn if you kill them and re-enter the area. So this is actually a pretty decent farming spot for those who want souls. You'll probably get about 8,000 a run, I believe, if you kill all the NPCs, excluding Shiva of the East, of course. Now, this guy over here, that you can barely see, right here, this little ninja, is Shiva of the East's bodyguard, and he is actually the owner of the Dark Woodgrain Ring, which actually allows you to flip around like a ninja, like I said earlier. I would usually go for that ring, but right now I think we have higher priorities in our build as far as getting different equipments and whatnot. We definitely have different priorities right now. So, you know, we're at 16 minutes. We have just a little bit of time left, so I don't know exactly.
Don't worry now.
You'll be called on soon enough. Okay, so eventually Shiva of the East actually does open up a shop. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head where. I might have to actually look that up for you guys. But he'll open up a shop and sell some pretty nifty things. If I do remember correctly, I'll have to actually, like I said, look that up to get you the whole bit of information that we want. Or, hey, you can look it up yourself. I highly encourage you to, you know, do your own searching on some information here. Not that I won't provide you with information and, you know, the story as I see it. But, hey, like I said in the very first episode, I do recommend that you, hey, look it up. If you're really interested in it, look it up. You know, start your own character build in your head. It's always good, in my opinion, on this, especially on Dark Souls, to have a character build thought up and in your head before you actually start with the game, simply because having a direction to go, know what you're building towards, doing all that really helps out when it comes to just doing well in the game, in my opinion. A lot of Dark Souls is really, really big and dependent on how good your equipment is. It's not necessarily where your stats are. So if you have really good equipment, you know, you're probably looking at a lot better, for lack of a better word, experience than you are with higher stats. Now, higher stats do help out, do not get me wrong. Having good stats where you want them to be actually does help quite a bit, and it's really, really recommended that you level up correctly. But if you don't let it get you down. If you spend a wrong point here or there, don't let it get you down, because, again, it's going to come down to the guy with the better sword, not who wields it the best, you know. Unfortunately, that's how it goes in this game. Leveling up itself is really important, don't get me wrong, but leveling up your equipment is more important in my humble opinion. And please do note that it is a very humble opinion, as right now, as you can see, this is my actual first Let's Play. Although I do have quite a bit of time in the game, I don't have time on camera or anything like that to really show people that I do know exactly what I'm talking about. Hopefully you do see, you know, that I do know what I'm talking about. I do things as I see them, and I try to explain them as I do things. Hopefully in a way that's easy to understand and easy to follow, but, you know, I'm not the world's foremost authority on Dark Souls, far from it, in fact. But, you know, I'd like to say I'm a little bit higher than the average Joe on the game. So right now I don't know if we want to increase our... not increase, but improve our weapon here, and not necessarily in the sense of blacksmithing it just a little bit higher, but in the actual sense of finding a new, better weapon. There are some of those out there, and you know what, we might even go for them, simply because right now I do enjoy this armor. It really should do us well in the coming areas that we have to deal with, as well as just everything in general that we have to take care of. And the sword that... gosh, I can't speak right now. I'm sorry, guys. I have lost my communication skills. The sword that Shiva the East actually uses is called Server, I do believe, and it's not a bad sword at all for what we want to do in the game. It's a large curved sword, so I do believe it is dex based, Of course, you are going to need strength to wield it, but it is highly dex based. So hopefully we are able to do everything that we want to do there. Which way do I want? I'm just going to go this way and work our way down to the bonfire. So take our last sip of Estus and work our way down to this bonfire here, and then we'll go back to Firelink and just take the shortcut, I believe, to where we want to be. So I'm trying to avoid the sword in the back. Well, this is as possibly the worst situation we could have gotten ourselves into. As you can see, the slashing resistance is actually helping us out already quite a bit, so get this guy first. Alright, there we go. Rich get richer, poor get poorer. We're doing okay. There we go. Alright, now... I do hate reverse engineering this area. God dang, that was a headshot. So come up here. Hopefully we can trap those guys on the stairs before anything comes of it. Yeah, that's right. Come at me, bro. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Not doing the best, but we're doing okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Yes, there is. There's a chance we make it back alive. Like I said earlier in one of my earliest videos, you know, sometimes even if you are outfitted to the max and you're over outfitted for an area, sometimes if you're just not careful, you can end up just screwing the pooch on an area. Unfortunate but true, it's Dark Souls. Now, wait for both of these guys to attack, and then we'll get them both in one swipe. There it was. Alright, that is exactly what we wanted to have happen. So make our way across this bridge really quickly, and hopefully we make this bonfire before... You know, we'll go ahead and take this guy right here. Whatever. Alright, and sit. There it is. 5 more Estus for us. Alright, so that is 20 minutes, 21 minutes. We're getting around our time to quit. So as you can see, we got some nifty new armor. And hopefully, I'm going to take a look here at our stats and see if we want a nifty new weapon to go with it. Now, once again, thank you for joining us here at Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. I definitely appreciate the views, and I really appreciate it more if you're enjoying yourself watching these videos. So y'all have a wonderful evening, or hey, if you're watching it during the day, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you next time on Dark Souls Prepare to Die. See ya.